Boy, this NBA scandal is out of control. They even got LeBron James allegedly named it as somehow, some way. But just imagine you playing a game and your homeboy on the court throwing the game to make money. It's insane. Y'all gotta see this video.
This is what the new information is, which is that Damon Jones and Chauncey Billups use their positions as coaches of teams to tell people who may be available. And what appears to be Damian Lillard and LeBron James, potentially also Anthony Davis. I'm not 100% sure about that.
So wait a minute, let me just jump in here. So you're saying Chauncey Billups, it's not just the poker thing, that he is also in this indictment alleged to have given out information as to who's playing and who's not?
Yes, that's correct.
We got NBA coaches, we got NBA players that are throwing the game. And I'm gonna show you evidence of it. Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you're still subscribed to this channel. Let's get into this. The craziest thing as a person who, I played college football, I've been an athlete my whole life. Somebody throwing the game is the craziest stuff that I've ever seen in my life. You normally think that when people say sports is rigged, games is rigged, the refs and the Chiefs are working together to conspire to, you normally think that's a conspiracy. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not a conspiracy. 34 people have been arrested over 11 states. We got NBA coaches, we got NBA players that are throwing the game. And I'm gonna show you evidence of it. But before we get to that point of evidence, I want to show you what the news had to say. Let's go with clip one, a little bit of the coverage, and then we're going to have Kesh Patel and what Kesh Patel say. We got Stephen A. Smith had commentary on this, and I'm going to show you some videos that you used to watch, and you probably thought, what is this guy doing? Now you know he was cheating in the game. All right, listen to me, America. Debt from credit cards, that's not an accident. It's a system designed to keep you down. The banks profit, the creditors win, and families lose. Every call, every fee, every high interest trap, it's all a part of a rigged game. But here's the good news. You don't have to play it anymore. PDS Debt has helped hundreds of thousands of Americans fight back, cutting debt, ending the calls, and putting money back where it belongs. And that's in your pocket. Credit cards, personal loans, collections, even medical bills. Whatever you're dealing with, PDS Debt builds a plan specifically for you. No minimum credit score required. They'll help you save more, pay off debt faster, and take your future back. They're A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews on Google, 5 stars on Trustpilot. You know why they have those accolades? Because they're the real deal. If you need this service, this is exactly who you should use. So here's what you need to do. Remember this, it's your money, it's your future. Don't let the system keep you in chains. You're 30 seconds away from starting your debt-free journey. All you gotta do is go to pdsdebt.com/Tatum. That's pdsdebt.com/Tatum. And one more time, pdsdebt.com/Tatum. Link is in the description. Roll the clip.
Major breaking news, as we've touched on early this morning, from the NBA involving not one but two arrests of notable people within the NBA. Shams is with us. We've been following your Twitter feed all morning long, Shams, as you've been reporting on it. For those who've not heard anything about this, just tell everyone everything they need to know. What has happened this morning?
Greeny, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have both been arrested this morning. Billups at around 6 a.m. in Portland, Oregon, and Rozier around 6 a.m., I'm told, in Orlando, where the Heat were playing last night. Rozier's been arrested for his involvement in alleged sports gambling, prop bets, and Billups, ABC News is reporting, is tied to an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. And so the FBI has been investigating this situation for several months, and in Rozier's case, at least 2 years. And today is making arrests. There is a press conference that is set by the FBI. The Eastern District of New York has been leading this investigation. I'm told FBI Director Kesh Patel has also been increasingly involved in recent weeks. He will be leading the press conference today as well. But this is really seismic news in the NBA for a sitting NBA head coach in Chauncey Billups to be arrested, taken into custody for alleged illegal gambling, as well as Terry Rozier for sports betting, allegedly. 2 arrests made this morning. There are expected to be numerous arrests also tied to both of these situations.
So the NBA wakes up this morning in the midst of I suppose you would have to say a sports league's worst nightmare. Is there any indication that the league had any idea this was coming? Did they know any of this might happen this morning?
As of last night, I was told the NBA did not have knowledge of these specific arrests. This has been led by the FBI. The FBI made their arrests early this morning. But the NBA has been investigating Terry Rozier, Malik Beasley. Terry Rozier was cleared by the NBA investigators over the last couple years. That's why he's been playing in games. Malik Beasley, a free agent, has not been cleared by the NBA's investigation. That's been ongoing. As of about 15, 20 minutes ago, I was told Malik Beasley was not taken into custody today as part of these gambling investigations and arrests today.
You know how crazy this is, and I want to make sure I say alleged before they come and try to sue me for something. But you know how crazy it is to have a teammate on your team where you're like, bro, like, why are you off this game? Because they're participating in sports betting. They're throwing games and fudging numbers. I mean, y'all in the comment section, tell me this real quick. Do y'all think this is going on in the NBA? I mean, the NFL? I have seen people do stuff in the NFL that made me be like, what in the world? I've seen people do this in college football. I follow a guy on Instagram that was showing a quarterback. This is early in the season. A quarterback could have just ran back, ran out the time, took a knee. Instead, he ran back 50 yards into the end zone, and it was a spread because obviously you run a touchback or you run a safety, you get 2 points for the other team, which eliminated the spread that would have made people hundreds of thousands of dollars. When the guy had ran out of the clock, the first 20 yards he ran back, he could have just took a knee and the game was over. He ran all the way to the end zone, 50 yards. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. This sports gambling stuff is out of control. Let's see what Kesh Patel has to say about it. Roll clip 2.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Cosa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery.
That's crazy. And I want you guys to see what this looks like real quick, and then we'll get to Stephen A, because I want to hear what Stephen A had to say. I didn't watch what he had to say, but I heard some critique, and I'm going to text Stephen A if it's what I think it is. But let's look at clip 2C, the fake injury, I believe, from Rozier. Let's see what that fake injury looked like.
In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity.
So it wasn't an actual highlight tape. This next one is a highlight tape where you can see some of the plays that he threw that you like, bro, Stevie Wonder can see you throwing these games. Let's get to clip 2D. I think that's the clip we're looking at. Now, I want y'all to be honest about this. When you watching him, now that we know he was cheating the game, like, it's so obvious, it's crazy to me. Like this is the most obvious cheating that anybody could ever say. Nobody shoots like he finna shoot in a minute and throwing passes just trying to turn the ball over. I'm surprised somebody didn't whoop him in the locker room for losing games like this, or potentially winning games but shaving the points. Roll the clip.
And the meter's still running, and still going. Oh, Rozier turned it over again. Having a tough night.
Is he?
Off the DHO. And he turned it over. Turn it up. But you don't want to play with your team, especially against the Miami Heat. I can tell you, hey, you don't like playing in Miami? Yeah. Better do it. Clock down to 3. They got to get busy. Rozier with a 9-1-1 comes up short.
His follow-up fake is what catches you. It's so drastic. You know what I'm saying?
So much. Rozier on the show and go. That all year. Empty corner 2-man game. Rozier with a 3. Anderson with a rebound. Rozier relocates for another try. Well, that was awfully short.
Now, looking at that, I see why he's going to jail. Matter of fact, if he wasn't cheating, he should go to jail for them terrible shots he just put up. But let's look at Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith has something to say about it. Let's roll 2A and then 2B right after that. Come on, Stephen A., don't let me down.
How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming.
Pause, bro.
We'll say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be. This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Mm-hmm. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know. But anybody that has been around him, anybody that has talked to him, anybody that has seen his reactions from the sports leagues and the positions that people have taken, they are not surprised at what's going on today. I'm watching a press conference with the director of the FBI. Yeah. Tell me when we've seen that. We've seen people, we've seen accusations before. We've seen athletes get in trouble with the law before. You don't see the director of the FBI having a press conference. It's not coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're saying here. And everybody better, I'm just telling you, mm-hmm. It's as serious as it gets. This ain't the platform for me to get into it the way I'm going to get into it. But I've been saying he's coming. He's coming because in his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting everybody. He's not playing. And so this, in a lot of people's eyes, talk to people in the NBA, talk to people in the NFL, talk to people in the world of sports. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg. These are the kind of words that are coming out of people's mouths. It's not a surprise. It's very disheartening. It's very concerning. We don't know where this is going to go. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everybody's better brace themselves because he's coming.
All right. I've been hanging around Nick too much. Y'all forgive me for laughing at them phrases and saying pause, okay? It's not very Christ-like of me, but I'm working on it. Y'all pray for me. Okay, Stephen A. Smith, I was just a little, I don't understand what he's saying, to be quite honest. I don't understand what Stephen A. is saying. The investigation into Rozier was for 2 years ago. Donald Trump hadn't been the president for 2 years. So the Rozier thing, Rozier was an investigation that had already occurred under the Biden administration and the other FBI. And these people are not just committing regular crimes. I mean, when you look at Chauncey Billups, this dude is a coach in the NBA, and he's involved in freaking mafia gambling. What was this thing here? Mafia, poker, and money laundering operations. God dang. How you gonna be? You should be focusing on coaching your team. How you in with the mafia? I thought the mafia was over. Like, I thought it was no mafia anymore. This fool is going back retro. He retro criminal. He retro committing crimes. And it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars total in some of these things. The FBI said the network generated tens of millions of dollars in illicit profit. God dang. And then Rozier, allegedly associated with exiting the game early, made him about $200,000. That's crazy. That's insanity, ladies and gentlemen. So I think Stephen A. Smith may slightly be a little bit off on this one, or maybe a little overzealous on the Trump thing, because I don't think it's Trump going to get you. I think the FBI is going to get you. And you guys are committing crazy crimes. You're making tens of millions of dollars, and y'all too stupid to even do it on the side somewhere. Y'all doing this dude throw a game, and people at his house placing bets and sending the money to his. People placing bets and sending the profit to his house. Don't you think the FBI be looking into that? The bet is that you will underperform. You leave the game early after 9 minutes. Somebody send a check to your house for $200,000. Somebody make this man, bro. My 4-year-old can concoct something better than that. Come on, bro. So I don't think it's that hard. Trump ain't even got to know about this. Y'all doing stuff so whack. All right, let's see if 2B, Stephen A. Smith, what is he saying in 2B? Is it the same old? Let's roll it.
Charles, welcome to the show. What more can you tell us?
Kash Patel right there. He actually has been even more involved in the last few weeks, but this is an investigation that's been going on for at least 2 years. Terry Rozier has been investigated by the FBI for sports gambling, illegal sports betting involvement. And so he was arrested today. A note here, the NBA had actually cleared him before, but now he is obviously arrested, taken into custody. Chauncey Billups was arrested this morning. Both are sitting coach or player, right? So Chauncey Billups was literally coaching an NBA game last night in Portland, a loss to Minnesota, and he was arrested this morning at 6 a.m. in Portland. Terry Rozier was on the Miami Heat bench last night in Orlando. He was then arrested in an Orlando hotel at 6 a.m. And for Chauncey Billups, his involvement, like you just said, Stephen A., was because of illegal poker operation tied to the mafia.
Oh, was that the? Oh, that was him. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little slow this morning. That was just the announcer kind of clarifying things that I clarified already when it comes to Stephen A. Smith and some of the claims that he made, kind of alluding to the fact that this was an ongoing investigation. It wasn't something new and that it was extreme. That's funny. I didn't watch that clip, and my take was the same thing as the reality that guy had pitched. That tell y'all on the right track. You know, when you're listening to me, I just have these instincts and intuition that just come out. I don't know how it happens, but it just happens.